In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. In this challenging time, Lord Jesus Christ, our true physician and healer, be merciful to us and bring us your aid in these troubled times. Heal all our sickness and every affliction of your people. Drive out our infirmities of soul and body. Free us from all disease and especially from this pestilence. We place in your gentle heart the elderly, the frail, people with disability, children, young people and families, our indigenous peoples, those who are poor and oppressed, victims of injustices, lonely and isolated. As you walk with us, free them from fear and give them patience and justice and hope together with our loving care. In your mercy, deal all with the causes of our pitiable condition, that in curing our lack of faith and spiritual weakness, you may also remedy our bodily ills. Father of mercies, we thank you for all who care for the sick. When they diagnose, give them patience. When they protect the vulnerable, give them your protection. When they work to heal, give them strength. When they comfort, give them consolation. When they are tired, give them rest. When they are discouraged, bring them your hope. Come, Holy Spirit, enlighten the minds of women and men of medical science who are working to find a solution to this viral infection. Guide their research and help them discover what you provide in creation, sure ways of control, protection, inoculation, and healing. Eternal wisdom, guide our leaders called to serve us in our nation. May they respond to the challenges of this affliction with prudence and sound judgment. With foresight, may their planning alleviate the economic burdens, compensate for losses, protect employment, and ensure ample food for the poor and isolated. We confess that we have been caught up in the pride and presumption that drives our worldly society. Free us from the arrogance that afflicts our age, for now we stand confounded by conditions beyond our control or understanding. Give us humble and honest hearts to discern the greater mystery of your providence in creation. May we accept your justice and trust your redeeming mercy. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hey, what's up, mga mananap? This is your boy AB, and today is a very special afternoon because we're gonna have a very special guest. And I've been a fanboy of this fellow fanboy for quite some time now, and I hope that everyone's excited. And this is something that Hold on a sec. We're just going to check. So our time is already 1:59, 1 minute before we hit 2 o'clock here in the Philippines. But I guess in Hawaii it's still 7:59, and I know everyone's excited. A lot of our friends have messaged me a lot of questions for this special guest of ours. But without further ado, let's give it up for my sexy boy, no other than Kenny. So what's up, Kenny? What's up? I think you're on mute. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So while we're waiting for Kenny's audio to be okay, so don't forget to
I'm right here. Can you hear me?
yeah
Okay. Sorry about the
it,
quality. Sometimes I have so many like apps on my computer that my mic is connected to so many different things. Sometimes it connects, sometimes it doesn't.
oh yeah, I fully understand, and of course, I myself earlier I was so how do you call this? I'm so nervous of doing this. Like I was like I have a lot of questions like prepared for you. But before anything else, this is my killer question to all of my guests. How are you, Kenny? How are you?
I'm good, bro. I just actually just got done running. I was running my way back to my car. I was like, we gotta do this. I gotta be on time.
Yeah.
I, that's why I'm sweating. It looks like I just showered, but no, this was all sweat.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I myself as well. Before I even
I
started
look, we
everything.
matching. We're matching. We're wearing
Yeah,
green.
I was about to say that like today's theme is like green because I remembered one of your merch is like a hoodie like a yellow green hoodie, and I was like I don't have that hoodie, but it's like similar to your hoodie except
Oh,
for the
thank you,
chicken.
thank you.
and and we know as green is green is the color of Bulbasaur, and green is something that I thought of what would be the best color, like neon, retro, funky, groovy, and everything. And all I could think of was like green. So it was like, so to all our viewers and who's going to watch this like replay, we didn't like tell each other what to
I
wear.
know he
It's
did.
just coincidental. So next question: how are you doing in this pandemic, dude?
I'm good, bro. Just chilling, making music, focusing more on the real goals.
Oh, the real
For
goals.
like cutting out distractions and yeah, just staying focused, having fun, like enjoying times with my family.
So
Very
they're in Hawaii.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And aside from doing music, because we're gonna focus on that one a little bit soon. So you mentioned that you've been doing music, but before you ever started music, just for the benefit of everyone, um because everyone who's new to YouTube, like Kenny or King Kenny Slay is one of like the OGs. When we say OGs, YouTubers that I've been subscribed to, along with Dre. But when we say YG fanboys, like VIPs, Blackjacks, like oh man, like it's like Kenny, like the hilarious, funny, like legit reactions, especially when it comes to CL, like Dragon Ball Z, like Filipino. So if you didn't know, let's hear it from the sexy boy himself. Like, tell us how you even started with YouTube and with K-pop reactions.
um, I honestly have been trying to do YouTube for the longest time, and I used to work 12-hour shifts, and some days I wouldn't do anything on my shift, and I had so much energy after work, and I didn't, K-pop wasn't popular at that time.
Yeah, even in YouTube before, it's like
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, you know what? I love K-pop. This is what I do in my own time. So let me just upload my reaction out there, and then like I didn't even know anybody was reacting to videos or K-pop. I
yeah,
didn't even know that.
yeah, before like even before like you like especially here in the Philippines, like you have like a huge following here in the Philippines, especially like fellow YG
Oh hell yeah,
stands.
yeah! I
Like
missed everybody. Yeah.
like blackjacks, like the blackjack black sheeps
OG,
versus
OG. Yeah.
the OGs reactions. Like whenever like there's a new video coming out, like especially from YG, we're always waiting for your reactions and how would like especially when it comes to CL, like Big Bang, like
Yeah,
YG,
yeah.
like oh man, like especially CL. Like I even shared with my friends, like you watch this YouTuber how he reacts, and especially that time when you attended the concert in Big Bang. I think it was in Vegas.
Yeah.
Was it in Vegas?
Yeah,
Like
when it was Vegas.
man, I was like, oh man, like
Bro,
oh how could you do? Can you share me how was the experience?
bro.
I
Tell me that's not meant to be. Tell me that's not surreal. You see me fanboying. You see me fanboying. Oh, like I'm like the biggest fan, right?
yeah,
And
like
it's like the universe is like, you deserve to meet them. You did for real. Because I feel like I got some of my personality from their reality TV show. I feel like I could be friends with them. That's why I love them so much. I love their music style. And when I finally got to meet them, I told the girl next to me, I was like, you can you can't take pictures in this event. You can't take
oh
pictures. Yeah. And so but I told the girl next to me, it's almost like the law of attraction. Seriously. Seriously. The in the flyer, the thing say no camera. You can't bring any cameras.
yeah, no cameras, like
Right. And so I was
they're
like,
confiscated.
right. So I told my friend, oh, no cameras. Well, I'm gonna bring two of my cameras because we're gonna take pictures. Yeah, seriously. I was like, I'm gonna bring two of my I have this feeling like I just feel so good. I woke up and like I'm gonna bring two of my cameras because one for concert and after that we're gonna take pictures. Legit. And when we got to, after the concert, the meetup, uh, the girl
Like
next to me, yeah, the girl next to me, she was waiting, with her friends, and I told them, "Hey, it's okay. You can Photoshop your face on my pictures after this meetup." And they're like, they snap me. They totally snap me. It's on video. They snap me like they looked at me like whatever, whatever.
like no, not gonna happen, dude. No, nah.
Yeah, yeah. Like get your dreams and get me after like I got all their attention after the third one. She was doing the same thing I was doing. And I'm like, this girl, I told you. I told you that was gonna happen. Yeah.
And after for example because I've been rewatching that Dre's reaction, and you took the video, like reaction of of Dre being recognized by our king, like Taeyang, like oh
Oh
my
hell
god,
yeah, they're like music kings. They're K-pop king music like
legends, man, legends.
underappreciated right now, Because
Yeah,
K-pop is so big, there's so many people that don't know where the core of the catchiness,
yeah,
like
what
where it all started.
the Hallyu.
How? Yeah, exactly. Like if you like K-pop right now, let's be honest, SM, JYP, and all the other entertainment kind of base their sound on that era of K-pop.
Yeah, like the second generations when
Yeah,
like
especially from Big
um
Bang.
yeah, from Big Bang, like
Yeah,
even from SM before, like they really have like this benchmark of musicality from the YG swag. Like even
yeah.
their newer artists right now, they have this certain like YG swag, like
But
the
it's not
trade.
the same, But they have the
Yeah,
trait. They have the trait,
they have the traits. It's like a certain ingredient, but it's like there's really something missing, and that's
Something's missing.
something
Yeah.
that I've been watching. For example, like even new YouTubers or reactors, like unlike the OG reactors like you, Dre, Salve, and even other OG YouTube reactors, K-pop videos, like the authenticity of reactions, like it's so different in so many levels, like like the edits, like your face
I didn't
reaction. Yeah, like
edit.
Dre's editing, like Dre's like
Edit. Yeah, his edits are cool. Yeah.
but your reactions, like when you squeal, like your
I'm
face
raw,
gets red.
raw,
Like raw.
uncut. Like I'm a fanboy living by myself with no friends that's into K-pop. So when oh man, like I just love. When you're young, you have dreams, and that was all. I'm all about that. Like whenever I get into something, I give it 150%. And at that time, You could tell I was just. And you know the thing. You know what's different about the reason why OG reaction videos are like that. You have to think we have a new song every 2 3 months. Before
Yeah,
now they get a new song every week,
like
every
every week,
day,
like the
every
same sound.
yeah, a new album every month. You know, before it's like, oh, one more year off,
Like
6 months off. So when you finally get it, you're like, ah, you
this
know,
is this is it. This
yeah.
is
And
it.
they had no Instagram. There wasn't really active
Yeah,
on Twitter.
be
Whatever you
like
got on YouTube,
whatever.
whatever you got on YouTube, that's all you got. That's
Even
all you
teasers
got.
before.
Yeah, that's all you
Like who's
got.
next?
Yes, that's a good point. Like nobody, like before. Now you can follow them. You can see what they're doing in their story. But
Like
before it was like straight up. You haven't seen them. You keep looking at their old videos, their old pictures.
yeah, like collecting them, like even printing
Yeah.
them.
Yes. Yes. Now you have so many pictures, videos, personal pictures, videos, accounts. You get to look at their playlist. Before it was like
It's like
nothing. It's
just
Jesus.
bare.
Jesus coming back.
Like it's like
Jesus.
we're gonna be blessed right now. Like this is the moment. This is like our moment. And then people would like
Yes.
the fan wars would start. Now, no, let's not support that our artist. And then when the music videos release, boy, that that's certain sensation. Like I can see it from your eyes or from your squeals or your screams and your your
Yeah.
emotions, man. Like raw emotions. Like I kind of miss those like like legit. I don't know. No shade to new reactors, but sometimes like it's not the same. Like it's not the
It's
same. Like
it's not the same when you get. It's not when you have somebody like, yeah, it's
reacting.
no shade, but when you have somebody discovering something and reacting to it because it's popular, it's different from when you have somebody that doesn't even know. Like K-pop is not even popular,
Yeah. Like
but just like
unlike
straight up
before.
expressing your love, just straight up expressing your love, and that's different, That's why
Yeah.
it's like that's why you can't fake real.
You,
Whatever.
you can't fake King Kenny's reaction. It's like
No, no, you
legit.
can't
Like
do that.
you can't do that. And considering that you already shared how, because I really wanting to hear from you how was the experience, because you get you no
Oh
man,
wait,
the
sorry,
fist bump. Yeah, go ahead.
sorry. I totally forgot about that. So the feeling was like a high. Like I sometimes I wake up or I see the video. I'm like, that happened? Did that happen? Like seriously? Real facts. I could not sleep for like a whole week after that.
Me
I
too.
couldn't. I could not sleep for a whole week because my mind just like, whoa, that happened last night. I look at my phone, look at the picture, that happened. And then I just thought about everything leading up to that moment. Like, that was all my life. That's all I did, that's all I dreamed of. And that happening,
Like man,
it,
you're like OGs. Like you're like the fanboys. Like you're the kings of fanboys of
yeah,
fanboys.
and then it happened to me. You know what I mean? You know what I
And
mean?
we were sort of like just like, oh my god, like when you released that video, I was like, how,
No, the best
how?
thing, the best thing is I gave a teaser on Facebook because they did their tour already, right, around the world. So
Yeah.
some people already saw them, and then I gave a teaser. It's like, what if I told you I got a picture with Top?
Like,
And then the reaction, everybody's like, yeah, whatever. Some people were excited, some people were like, whatever. And then I dropped one picture, like, oh,
oh shit, this is Photoshop or something. Like this is Photoshop or something. So man, like I've been
and
rewatching like fist
you
bumps.
have
Like yeah,
you have to say we change. Like after that happened with me and Dre, I feel like we changed how meetups happen. Now there's a lot more people with pictures now.
yeah.
They
Like
we change it. They almost royalties.
you like literally like no one like in the history of like even like any YouTubes or any meetups, only you and Dre had like that certain like you have like the historical moments that you have changed, like meetups. Like
Yeah, like
nowadays, like it's more like casual. You could allow
yeah,
people like, hey, picture, like fan service. Like before, it's like no, like you can see like bouncers like running
yeah,
around. But now it's like more convenient, and people's
like
like,
shaking their hands.
but you man, like
Hey,
what came into your mind? Like why? Hey, sexy boy, fist. What's with
it,
the fist bump?
it's more you know when you watch someone's variety shows and you feel like you know their personality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that's what got them because out of everybody, you know, I'm just saying, KingKenny Slay got their attention. If you can see, like everybody, I approach everybody differently, except for Daesun. Daesun just don't want any social media, don't want any part of that. But you know, I still got to tap him. But then with like, let's say like G Dragon, it's like okay,
Yeah,
I gotta be a little bit more
yeah.
swaggy with this one. And then it's like okay, Seungri, I know I just gotta yell his name, and then
Sexy
Top was
boy.
like okay, I know what you like. You like,
You lie.
you
Yeah,
like.
you're like, you lie.
He knows, like, okay, that dude.
I
I'm
know
probably the
that dude.
only dude that held Top's hand.
Yeah, like literally, like I was like rewatching it, and then looking at Dre's video. He was like waiting for Taeyang, or he was like he was like, I don't know, like the feels was he was overwhelmed with the feels. But you were so cool, like you have this swag, like you were like
He's
the
like,
barricades, like hey, hey, you like. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit, this is happening. I was like,
you
he had
know,
like a fist bump, like dude,
you
your
know how
hands
he
should
became
be
so cool.
framed. How?
You know how it became so cool with like taking pictures. So back in 2010, I met the Wonder Girls. Right, it all started from the Wonder Girls. Right,
Oh yeah. Um, like
and I met them. I had two cameras. They walked by me. I was shocked. And to me, I'm like, dude, why didn't you say anything? Why, like, after a while, like, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say so? I saw JYP too, but I didn't know who JYP was at that time. It's like, why didn't you
JYP.
say, yeah, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say something? Like, dude, this is your moment, you know? Because I saw them backstage where nobody was. It's like, wait, we're supposed to be here? Yeah, and they're here. And so I didn't get any picture, no proof. You know, that's the time Wonder Girls took over the world, you know,
Yeah.
MySpace enough.
Nobody.
And also in 2010, I went to a Bruno Mars concert, VIP pass, we shook hands with him, everything, and then I'm there staring like frozen. So after that, after those moments, I was like, I'm never freezing up again. I am
Dude.
never freezing up again.
Dude. Like
So that's why I became more comfortable, and I also started working at a hospital where if you're under pressure, you perform better. You know what I mean? So that helps a little bit. That helps with that background.
so now I know. So I'm gonna plan that out as well. Like I'm gonna shout them. Like during the concert here 2015, like made I shouted before Taeyang even sang like Ice No Sleep. I was like in the middle. I shouted my lungs out like Taeyang oppa saranghae. Like people were like clapping. I was like, okay, fanboy feels. I really have to release that. But yeah. So now I really appreciate you sharing that. But now is the moment. Let's talk about your music, man. Like you just accepting my friend request before it was like in hiatus like a long time, and all of a sudden when you accepted my friend request, I was like, the King Kenny Slay accepted my friend request. Like that level, dude. Like the King Kenny Slay,
Yeah.
like the fanboys of fan. Like holy cow! I would like even shared it to like all my YG
That's
family
fun.
here. Like really, like a lot of like, really, you're friends with him? Like, yeah, I'm friends with the King. And I was like, nah, that's not true. Yeah, this is him. This is him. Like, so after that, we became friends, and then you release your music. Like, tell me some. Can you share with us how it started? Oh, how did you have this like interest of music, making music, and who are your influences?
I've been making music ever since what I was rapping back then, writing a lot of lyrics while I was doing my reaction videos. I was doing a
Yeah,
lot of covers actually.
covers.
Yeah, and I didn't have the confidence to make my own music at that time. I always thought I was too
Oh,
old to do something. And then I realized, like, yo, I'm getting older and I always wanted to make music. I always wanted to make music. It's in my heart. It doesn't leave me. Whenever I leave it, I won't say depressed, but I get down, like
yeah.
like a part of my
Something's
life.
missing.
Yeah, a part of my life is missing. Then after going through all the experience, especially seeing, for example, I was reacting to this second gen group. And then I was reacting to, I saw BTS go from rookie
Yeah,
to winning the
2015
to winning uh the Billboard award.
or AMAs before. I think it was
The Yeah,
AMA.
yeah, that was the social award,
Oh yeah,
the
yeah, Billboard.
BBMAS. And that moment, that moment gave me made me realize, yo, I don't have to be popular right away. I don't have to have my music known right away. It's years of work,
Mm,
hard work, and it, it made me realize that Asian artists can make it in
yeah,
US,
like
and
world.
we yeah, and I need to ride this wave, even if I'm not like super known as an artist right now. Someday, I want to say I did my best, I tried, and I had fun.
Man, like so.
No, trust me. Save that. You're like, I'm friends with KingKenny Slay. Watch later. When my music grows,
Mad.
watch.
I am
Dude,
telling you,
trust
dude.
me.
Like,
This is only the like we barely even started. That's why I'm only starting to be. I became a beginner. I say I always thought I was good, but in reality, every year I feel like I just became a beginner at what I'm doing. Like, when you feel progress.
yeah,
I feel progress, and oh wow, I'm getting better, and I'm getting better, and I'm getting like everything. And so when I say this is just the beginning, I mean it. And just watch. We're gonna do more interviews in the future. Regardless of my following, I'll get sure. Since you hit me up when I have no music following,
man, man. I am telling you. This is something like I'm always like, even before I started, it's like when you said yes, like before, like being a fanboy of yours up until now, like you accepted my friend request, you like accepting this podcast interview even for an hour or shorter. I told my girlfriend, I was like, I I'm so excited. What should I wear? Should I have a cut? Should I have a haircut? Whatever. But man, I was so nervous. I was like, I cleaned like the whole background. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like setup. But yeah, you sharing that is so inspiring because you're putting like same with the struggles of local artists here, like putting up a name, especially with no
yeah,
labels, like
yeah,
just like how Big Bang started. Like we have
yeah,
seen how they
exactly.
started. Like it's not an overnight. But what I really like what you shared is that the progress that you feel like being a beginner, that humility, that will really propel you like long way, dude. Like I'm
Appreciate it.
telling you,
It's
like
a weird combo as a musician because you have to know you're good, but you also have to know you got to
where
keep
you're,
improving. You
yeah,
know, so it's like you got to know you're good, okay, but the future you is better. So it's almost like regardless of what I do, I don't skip practice. Like I don't skip practice or everything that helps me improve, I do it. So that's where the confidence comes from in having a bigger and brighter future because I don't skip practice. Like I don't. What I look up is like, okay, the how many hours do professional singers practice? I like, okay, let me practice a little bit more than that. How many? You know what I
oh,
mean? It's like how a lot of people are living a comfortable life, so it makes it easier for me to because and it's good because it humbles me to just okay, put your head down, work, get on schedule, and when the time come, no, like the time is already here. It's just that I feel like my style of music is a little bit out of
how to go?
style, It's not. It's out of style because I think I'm ahead. Like I'm thinking way ahead. Like if you look at when ice cream came out, it was retro, right?
Yeah,
And
I really
look at everybody. Look what everybody's doing right now. They're doing retro.
like even the fashion, like the fashion is like going
Yes,
backwards. Like,
yes.
can you
So that's why
brilliant,
that
brilliant man. You're
um
thinking ahead. Like in here in the Philippines, we have that idiom, advance mag-isip.
yeah.
You can use such you're like an advanced thinker. It's like an idiom. It's like advanced ka mag-isip. Like you know, like you're 5 steps ahead. Like that's
Yeah,
really
that's
nice,
why
man.
it's hard to be 5 steps ahead when you're still new because they're like, what is this person doing? And next thing you know, you see all your friends like when they see the same star doing the same shit you're doing, they're like, oh wow, he's a genius. Like I
And it's
was
like
doing that. I was
I,
doing that six
I
months
was
ago.
I did that first. You
I
heard
did
it
it
first.
first. But since you don't get clout from you don't get
Yeah,
clout, you don't get followers, nobody's gonna praise you for liking me or sharing me. You of course you're not gonna do anything with me because a lot of people nowadays they only like you or listen to you share your stuff when they think you have clout, but they don't know is like they don't know that you're the future. You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's why I'm like, just watch. You'll
So this is my next question, and I've been asking this to a lot of my guests. It's just like something really gonna hit you in the heart sometimes. So this is life talk. How was there a time when you first released, let's say your first release album, as in like KingKenny Slay? I think it was
yeah,
Ice Cream. It was Ice Cream. It was like your pre-debut as like the KingKenny Slay
yeah.
album. Um, how did you feel? Was there a moment in time after you released, and was there a big expectation, and then when you didn't meet that expectation, how did you feel, or how did you cope up with that?
I stopped doing that because I always have a big expectation. No matter what music I release, you always have big expectation. If you don't have big expectation, then you shouldn't be doing it. But there's a balance now. I now for me there's a balance because what I also looked up is how many songs that somebody like the Beatles, Air Supply, or Bee Gees have before they actually hit. You know
Like
what
the
I mean?
hit makers.
So, yeah, some people have 100 songs before they really people found them,
Yeah.
or people really mess with them. So to me, I looked at the my idols and see because your first song is not going to be a hit. I with Ice Cream, it's so catchy, and the compliments that I got from like people that I look up to, that should have that's a promotional problem. So right now, I have the music, I have the content, but I don't have the proper push yet. And I'm learning.
Mm,
So it's like, okay, I have big expectation. What did I do? Did I do that? Nope. Did I do this? Nope. Am I new? Okay, yeah, that's expected. So you have to look at everything and learn from it. And that what I learned is, especially as a entrepreneur, music artist, you don't decide when your music takes off. All I have control. I stopped worrying about how my music's gonna do. Like I worry
mm,
about how it makes me feel, and did I do my best? Did I progress from my last music? Am I, you know what I mean? It's all about my own
yeah.
happiness. It makes me happy, and that's good. That's good. That's good enough to go out to the world because I have no say in when if people like my music or what. I just hope it makes somebody feel good. If there's one, two, three, four, five fans that share my stuff, that makes me happy because like I hit somebody like influencing. It's different when somebody say they like your video,
Yeah.
they like your reaction. When somebody say like, "Yo, your music moves me." When you move somebody, it's so much. It
The intensity of that,
the
you
yeah,
know
it's so much more. It's a drug. Like wow, especially when I see kids
people.
dancing to summer nights or when people use my song on TikTok. That's different. So I'm like this. I'm gonna keep doing this because I don't. I don't have expectations. It's it's a good, like, being an artist is a weird balance. You wanna expect the best, but at the same time, you gotta humble yourself to you did your best. You did your best,
Yeah,
and you're not
like
control over that.
a pat in the back, like a
It's
pat in
not
the back,
really a pat in the back, but it's like
more like a
I
push.
I am the best. People don't know that yet. People don't
Yeah,
know that yet. Like, it's not me. It's not me not being good enough. They're just no one's ready yet. No one's ready yet. So
and I could also attest to that. Like a lot of like musicians started from from bottom. Even here in the Philippines, let's say Moira took off like more than 10 years before she was even discovered. Like
yeah,
she made covers, and now look at Moira is like one of like the like favorite people, like, or even December Avenue, like a lot of artists, even let's say SB19
yeah, yeah.
as
They've
like
been working. We you're friends with Josh, right? On
yeah.
Facebook. Like,
And people were like
that dude's been practicing. Like, shout out to SB19 because yeah, what people see as stars, I look up to them and support them because I see people just like me that just made it.
yeah,
That just made it. You know what I mean? Like
you're
that
gonna
dude.
have your time, dude.
Yeah, that's why I looked at them and like they didn't do anything special, but guess what? I bet you that dude caught the jeepney every day to practice and back with no sleep.
Yeah, with
And
on before, even like
yeah,
even
so that's why instead of viewing them as stars, I'm like, that's my role models. Like, I support them because now it's their time and everybody's gonna have their own time.
and you're gonna
And
you're having your time now. And
I
the
have
good
my time. Just the world didn't catch up yet. The world don't know yet. You saw the duo, the
Daft Punk,
Anderson Paak and Bruno Mars.
I think I
Man, I one day I want to collab with those guys.
Bruno Mars,
But
man.
yeah,
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 it's
of
not
course.
impossible. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, man. You have like the to be honest with you, when I even listen to the whole songs, especially this new one that we're gonna talk about later, um it's like the bop, like the certain Daft Punk groove, like
yeah, yeah,
beat, like
yeah.
especially a lot of kids right now, or like the younger generations, or this current generation do not really have like certain appreciation of the old or even the retro. They will just love the retro if they're idols, or they're they're
If it makes
standing,
them look good, if it
if it
makes them
if
look good.
if it makes them look good. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That's something that it's really evident. And I'm telling you, like your songs, man, like if I'm still working in the radio, like I'll be playing it like over and over as my background instrumental, like even like especially like Ice Cream was like, dude, when you hit the ice cream, it's like the certain beat. And now we'll move on to how do you how do you do those like songs? How, can you share us like the process of like doing it? Let's start off with your first song, like Ice Cream. What inspired you to do that, and why Ice Cream?
We were eating. I was actually with Dre and KML and Ellie, and then we were listening to some beats, and then right when it started playing, I'm like, I see you could be my ice cream. It just it's God's
Mm.
gift. Music is God's gift. And I thought everybody before I started doing music, I thought everybody could hear words when they hear music. I always hear words when I hear music.
Man, you're
And
like a
so
Mozart.
when I heard that when I heard ice cream, like, oh, this is the one. And I was trying to figure out, like, let me lick you up and down, drip, 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 dripping all around. I was like, no. And let me lick you up and down, dripping, dripping all around. It's like, you gotta put some
Like
King Kenny in there.
so how do you, for
Flavorful.
example, you have that idea right now, like where do you write it, like after you composing it in your head, you
Yeah,
right away do it, or It takes you like
I record it on my phone, and the best thing about the songs that I know it's it's official bops because every time I make people listen to it, they can't stop singing it. So I knew Ice Cream was gonna do good for me, you know, for my first song because everybody that heard it couldn't stop singing it.
yeah, I see.
Yeah,
You could
like
be
before it
my
was
eyes.
6 months before it was released, like nobody.
You had like friends like listen to it
Yeah,
but
and they
prior
couldn't
to,
stop singing it. Yeah,
and that's a good thing about your songs because as you mentioned earlier, it may not be the world's not prepared yet, but
yeah.
one day when they will,
Every no one's gonna stop. I'm gonna be one of the most played artists. Like I know this for a fact.
man, it's not
Listen,
too late.
listen.
It's not too late.
What
It's
is today's date? What is today's date? Three
today's
thirteen
like
twenty
uh,
twenty one. Remember
yeah,
this date. I have 300 followers on Spotify.
man.
400. Just remember those numbers. My most played is 10K. Remember those. It's gonna multiply so much. And
And that's organic, and that's organic. That's a good thing
organic,
about
yeah. Yo, you want to
um
hear what I'm working on right now?
yeah, sure, sure. Let me pause this background. So everyone who's watching this or who's gonna watch this replay,
Don't
so we're
worry.
gonna
They're gonna
listen to
watch this. In the future, everyone's gonna come back here. Like, yo, King Kenny. He knew. He knew.
he came here. He
He
came.
knew.
He's Slay. He's the
Yeah.
king.
He knew what he was getting into. He knew he saw the future. Okay. I'm trying to edit the song. That's the new hit I'm working on.
Dude, like, do you imagine that roller skates and you and your bae or your girlfriend? It's that kind of feels, man. Because I'm a
Yeah.
guy of, I grew up like the like 90s, or
Yeah.
like I grew up from the boombox, or the retro stuff, but like it's good, like the certain melody, it's really catchy and addictive, but the lyrics and your voice to it, it's like the rom-com during the 80s. It's
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
romantic the romantic
But
like
that's where I get my inspirations from though. Like cheesy. I don't care if it's cheesy. Real love
man,
is
it's
cheesy.
good. You're brilliant, man.
You might be rapping about, you know, it's you gotta express how you feel. And I was always that dude. Like, um, people call it simping, but it's just that's how you show love. That's how you show appreciation.
Yeah,
And I
appreciation
get that
is
from my parents and the cult and my culture. You know, like we like that in the Philippines. We like that. You know, what?
yeah,
That's why I'm always looking for a Joa. We like that
yeah,
romantic stuff. And
yeah.
like,
Yeah, I also love like watching a lot of like romantic films, and even like the 80s, like those that generation like even influence like the fashion right now, the even the music, like up until now, who wouldn't listen to Air Supply, Chicago, or Michael Jackson,
or the
or
Bee Gees,
Bee
or
Gees,
you know
man,
what I mean.
like
I'm
man,
taking
like,
my sound after that. I'm bringing it back. That's what I'm bringing it back.
and you're not, I am telling you,
I'm
man,
bringing
you're
it back.
this
Yeah.
day is going to be remembered, like you're gonna be not only a star, you're gonna be an inspiration to a lot of like just like me.
And since I have fun talking to you, just continue. Forget about the time.
Yeah, it's okay. And I really wanted to share this because you are one of the people that I also looked up to, like me as a podcaster slash like a host. I gained this confidence from you and from Jay, because you are the two. Every time when they ask like, why are you going to start your podcast? Why are you going to put up your channel? Because I'm always influenced by Dre and Kenny. They're like the two OGs, like influence. When I watch your action videos, your music videos, even your songs, and even um your posts, like it really hits me and other people who also dreamed just like you. no one even imagined, or I didn't even like have like an ounce of imagination of meeting you, or even being friends with you. It's like
Hey, good
um
energy, man. You have good energy.
and it's really nice to meet people who have the same passion and the same direction of like dreamers, like as what you have mentioned, like of someday you will be unknown, and the law of attraction. That's something that I want to share with the people, and you've been doing it through your music. And what I really like what you shared earlier is that you're making music not because let's be honest, like the money, fame that will come someday,
You
because
want that? Who doesn't want money? Who
you
doesn't want money?
like
I want to make money through music, but let's be honest, you gotta humble yourself and put your head down and work.
hustle and
That
bustle, man, like hustle
yeah,
and grind it. It's not like I thought earlier, before when I even started my page. It took me like almost a year before I hit like 1,000 follows. Like, dude, like because as what you shared with me, organic. I didn't want like to spam me, hey, follow my page, hey, share my page, hey, do this and
everybody's
do that.
doing that. Yeah,
And even
to
my
be
friends, if
honest,
like how you experiencing that, why would you allow, why would you want people or to follow you organically rather than not doing like the usual thing?
like first of all, spamming don't work on me, so I'm not gonna do it on other people. And if I did it one time through other things, eh, eh, so far everything in life, if I put my foot down and work, I get it done. And so I just have that belief like I people are just gonna get into it when I'm ready, when my skills are ready. Because even if I say I'm doing really good right now, I'll get way better, and organically people are gonna come. The same type attract the same type of energy, same vibe. And
Yeah,
that's why. And I tried to, of course, I tried doing those Facebook ads, and I realized if it's not organic, the
the follows would
Facebook just
suddenly.
no, they're it's like your post is ghost banned.
Yeah.
It's like I have so many followers, but no one sees it. So, so
Exactly.
I'm just like, you like me. It's not my,
I'm
you
not
know.
gonna show myself to your
Yeah, I'll
liking it.
have it here. Everybody that sees it enjoys it. Because don't also like I'm horrible at this because I always want to be like that person, that person. But you gotta stop comparing yourself. You don't know what that person have been through.
Correct.
Because for
That's
example, somebody with like a bunch of followers, listeners, you know, or podcasts,
yeah.
be like, even if if they're doing really popular, you don't know what they sacrifice. And as long as you put your head down, you keep
You're
working, it'll get there. What it's your time. Everybody got their time. So you do things your own way.
I
Yeah.
agree, and I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna rewatch it, and I'm gonna put it in my whiteboard. And KingKenny Slay. Okay, it's like quotable quotes. This is something that I really like about
Appreciate it.
doing podcasts, because it comes from the people. It's like life stories. You can't fabricate these stories and these thoughts because it came from you, and it's really something that I would also remember as my as someone who's a humble beginner when it comes to this kind of career, because I used to be a radio disc jock, but this is something different because you can see my
Oh,
face
that's why you're
now.
good. You're good.
But
You're a good
you can see,
speaker.
thank you so. Oh my god, like I'm gonna I'm gonna share this to my girlfriends. Like, can you say keep on saying like I'm good? Like,
No, you're a
fan
good
service,
speaker.
man. Yeah,
That's why
fan
I'm just
service.
like, oh shit, like I enjoy it, So
Thank
we
you,
can keep
man.
going until
No, it's okay. I also respect your time. But now my next question would be something that would out of the before we talk about your latest single. I'm always curious about how people would react or would answer these kind of questions. If I'm gonna give you a billion dollars right now, how would you spend it within 24 hours? It's up to you.
24 hours.
Yeah, $1 billion is up to you.
First of all, uh, I'll make sure everybody. I'll see how many people I have in my family.
Hmm.
Of course, I'll take the biggest cut. So after 24 hours, it's all gone.
Yeah, you just have like 24 hours. It's up to you.
Shit, I'll buy everything. I'll buy everything. I'll
Like
make
what? Like
the convenience stores. Like I'll buy everything. I'll buy all the house. I'll buy the whole island. So that way, when
so
that $1 billion is gone, I own everything.
hey, good thinking. That's good thinking. So I never imagined that because a few of my friends when they answered this like that, like, I'm gonna invest it, I'm gonna do this and do that. Like yours is like straightforward. You're gonna buy the island. Like yeah, I didn't even imagine. It's like yeah, I can
Yeah,
buy that island for $1 billion. Like that's really it's something. Yeah, I
that's
did.
also an investment because if I buy the houses, that's mine.
And the whole island is yours. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. So here's my next question. If you're going to spend 24 hours with someone, whether um resting in peace or someone's alive, who is that person or who are those people and why? And how would you spend the day with them or with
and
him or her?
I would spend it with just one person.
Person or people, but you can't choose your family. It's
I
gonna
would
be you
spend it
and
with the
your
Bee Gees. I would spend it with the Bee Gees because and Barry Gibb, the eldest of the Bee
yeah.
Gees, he just wrote so many hit songs, and that's where I get my inspiration from. How he writes so many love songs. He can write the same words over and over again in different songs, and you'll still listen to it because the way he thinks of melodies,
Yeah.
it's so magical, so magical.
And
And
that funk. And that funk, man.
yeah,
Like
I'm combining everything, and I just want to ask him, like, looking at me, or what can I do to I want to know how much he practice every day and stuff. That's really, like, I want to get there. I want to get to that master level, and so I want to know what they do, what their schedule is like, because I want to follow it. I'm
yeah.
obsessed, and
Do they have like a
instead,
biopic movie? Do they have like a biopic
not
movie?
yet, not yet,
Not
not
yet.
yet. Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna be the star there, man, or you're gonna be like a passerby, like an extra. It's like you're gonna be the
Yeah.
part of the movie. And yeah,
One day,
continue.
hopefully. Yeah, and I just ask him a bunch of questions so that way I can take his knowledge and bring it to my life. Like, okay, this is how I like Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson's talent,
Yeah,
I'm also
it's a
realistic.
different, it's a different level
He's a
as well.
different vibe too. But I would say Barry Gibb from the Bees. I like his falsettos. I do a lot of falsettos and
Yeah,
head voice. It just those melodies. I want to know how his rituals. Ask him about his rituals,
yeah.
how he takes care of his voice. Yeah, and
You have like 4 hours left. Like you have like 4 hours left with them before because who's alive among the three? Oh, Barry.
Barry, the
Barry.
oldest.
Oh,
Yeah,
no. So you have 4 hours left. What would be the last 4 hours?
yeah, we're gonna sing together. We're gonna sing
Bingo.
your songs together, and I gotta have 50 different cameras just so,
Like 360. Let's just get a
bro.
record.
Air Supply, I got to meet them.
Damn, man. Like seriously?
Like, oh man, I swear to God, like the universe is they just love me, right? I keep saying that, but you gotta
Yeah.
feel that way. You have to feel that way. In 2018, I was like, this is my formula, right? What are the timeless songs, timeless love songs that plays in the 70s, 80s? Though, no matter who you are, what you do, you know the
Where you
song.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, you know the song. It hits you the same way. Doesn't matter how old you are, how many times you got divorced. Just it hits. it hits you the same way. So okay, if the songs are like that from those times, let me listen to a bunch of those songs. Let me listen to it. Let me study it. Let me study the melodies and why. It's like okay, one thing they have in common: those singers can sing
Dude, man,
high. It's like okay, I
seriously,
need to.
even they're old, like
Yeah,
you can hear them. My God,
yeah. The guy is like 70. They're still performing. I think when I saw them, that was their 4,000 performance together.
whoa,
Yeah,
really? And
yeah.
how did they perform? Like I heard them
Pretty
from.
good. Pretty good for their age. Come on, they're 70. And he was hitting those notes like a little bit one below, one octave below, but still. Um,
It's still
and it
the
was
same quality and caliber.
yeah, so in
It's the air
2018.
supply.
Let check this out. In 2018, I always watch their Hawaii performance. I didn't know they come to Hawaii. They came to Hawaii seven seven 1976 or
Like
1986, something
when
like
they were
that.
starting, when they were still starting.
Yeah, they came to Hawaii for a live show. I always watch it because when I listen to a song on my earphones or headphones, I want to know if it's a really hard song. I want to know how they do it live because
Like
sometimes it's different. Sometimes they can't hit the note. It's like okay, so this type of song is unrealistic. It's just a studio. It only sounds good in studio. But when I listen to songs in air supply, like yo, this dude really hitting that note.
this old dude is like
Like
doing it.
he really doing the transition. So I watched that video all the time, and I didn't even know they were alive. I was This was 2 years ago, 2019. I always imagine performing a song like that next to the beach, like for myself. For myself, it's like, oh man, I wish I got to see them next to the beach, and it just next thing you know, I look at Air Supply on YouTube, checking out, just watching their music video. And down below in the description, concert, Hawaii. Like, oh,
You went to Hawaii and
no, concert, Hawaii. Buy your tickets now.
oh, so so you
Yeah,
bought the
yeah.
ticket.
Yeah, and they came to Hawaii, and I was like, I got to tell the guys, like, you know how unreal this is? I listen to you guys every day. They, I'm thinking how, when people say, I don't know if you believe in things happen for a reason.
Things do happen for a reason, and you're like an example, a living proof. You're the
It,
living proof.
I don't know that, but that moment when I got to meet them and I got to tell them, um, I can't believe, like, you got this boy. I wasn't even born in your generation.
Yeah,
It put
all
it in
of us.
perspective. I want to have music like them. Somebody that's not born in Russia 20 years from now will listen to KingKenny Slay, and when I go up to the concert, they're gonna show
And
me the same appreciation. And that's the kind of perspective like they gave me. Like you want to hit different generations with your music. Not intentionally, you have to do it from the heart.
yeah.
And
So what's your favorite Air Supply song? Just one.
Lost in Love,
Ah, yeah. I really
bro.
like heartbreak songs, like 80s, 70s. Like my dad like used to have the cassette tapes. Like every day before we were like we wanted like the Backstreet Boys, like 90s.
Bro,
Ah,
I have
just
that too. Westlife, NSYNC.
A1,
A
dude.
oh
A1,
A1. Yo, you're the real one. Nobody
A1,
knows A1.
A1.
Nobody
98
knows.
degrees.
Treat
Blue.
me like a rose.
You treat me like a rose.
You
Oh my god, OG.
gave me
Give me
room
a
to
rope to
grow.
grow. Show my love. Dude,
Yo, I lay my love on
what
you.
you is all
But
I
you
wanted.
know. Yeah, that's
Like
so. You're a
people were
true
like
karaoke
A1,
man for that.
A1 man, like there was like a fan war between like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys before, like Westlife versus Boyzone. Like Boyzone, and then came A1, like A1, like came as a storm, like they're like sister, like move please. We're gonna hit some notes. Like A1 is like a hit maker, man. Like yeah. So my god. So here's my next question. Let's now go back to your music. But thank you so much for sharing those moments. And
Bro,
I'm
that's why I come up with my melodies. I always believe if you listen to some songs so much, it
yeah,
it becomes a part. It goes to your
a part of you.
DNA. Yeah, it
Yeah, a
becomes
part
a
of you.
part of you. So I would be listening to um like Savage Garden.
Oh, truly
You know.
madly deeply.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Before, and I wrote this song, this recent song. It's called My Baby, and
it's
I was
gonna be
like, this.
released, right?
Yeah, maybe like 60 to 90 days from now. I'm coming up with an album. I don't know if I said it anywhere else, but it's gonna be called Molecules of Love.
Woo! So it's gonna be like full of love.
Yeah, full of love, full of feel good. Molecules of Love is like oxytocin,
Yeah,
dopamine, and
yeah.
that's the kind of when somebody listens to my album, I want them to feel that way. I want them to feel that like, wow, I want to say sorry to my girlfriend, or you know what I mean, or
여보세요, 사랑해요.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna call my ex back.
No, I'm good. I'm good with like
No, no, like I want to make people feel that
yeah,
way. Like,
feel
oh
yeah, like
man, I
straight
just
from the
wanna
heart, man.
when you I sing at the concert, I just wanna, or they hear me sing live. You know, when they hear it live, they just wanna ask for the girl's number right next to them. You know, that's the kind of feeling I want
Yeah.
to have.
And it's
So
not impossible, man. Like you have the voice, you have like the sexiness, you have like the appeal.
I
Like
already
seriously,
know.
man, you have that appeal. And
Damn, this guy knows. He's good.
yeah,
That's a radio guy.
no, like seriously, you have that certain appeal. Like not people, especially in our group. For those who are not part of the group, it's I'm gonna repost. Like if you want to be part of the chickens,
Oh
I'm
hell
gonna
yeah!
ask.
Thank you.
Please do join the fray and be part of the chicken group.
It's
So
growing, yeah.
it's growing, and you can see like people like especially like younger generations. Like
Hmm.
I like they added me. It's like I checked them out. I mean, I not checked them. It sound weird. Like I checked their profiles.
No,
Like
no, we don't do
no,
that.
no,
Yeah,
we
no,
don't check them out. I just
no,
asked
no.
because I was like, who added me? Oh, okay. So common friends is King Kenny. So someone from the group added me. So, oh, okay. So I said like, hi. I just commented in the group, but I can't comment because thank you Facebook for banning me for unknown reason. But yeah, um, like your influence is from it's going there. Like younger generations are appreciating like the support. Like I myself like, oh, it's like it's like the fan of the fan support or the support system. It's there, and someday somehow it's gonna happen, and it's really happening. And now let's talk about this new song that you have. Like I've been playing like no shiz or no like fabrication because it's recorded or whatever. But I'm telling you, dude, like this is like my bike music. Whenever I go biking, this is like my jam. Like I do, sometimes I can't hear anything because I really want to feel when I listen to a song. I want to listen it like the whole week so that I could understand and the process of how you make it. So now I want to hear it from you. What's your inspiration about this pop, man? Like
uh,
I really like it. I want to wear my dancing shoes again and then like hit like my humidifier here. I know my diffuser here. Just get a dance here in my room because it has that vibe, man. Like it's like compared to ice cream. Ice cream is like ice cream is kind of slow, but this
yeah.
was like it makes your adrenaline pump. Like your music's like back and forth, left to right.
I
Like
like this guy.
it's sexy. Like there's like
Uh,
because there's an undertone or like a subliminal tune to it that not people would really understand, but it I really like the vibe here compared to, compared to Ice Cream or to the other music. Although I really like your um uh the title of the song Summer Nights, the EDM
yeah,
version, because sometimes whenever I clean I play that song like woo. So it's like because it's summer, but this. except for your title because you sometimes it's get barred. But funk shit up. What's with this, man? Like, tell me. I want to know what's your inspiration behind it. How did you came up with, or how did you come up with the beat, man? Like the beat, it's addicting. Like
So it's
it keeps repeating, man. Like it's like a how do you call this? Like um this repeating sound. It's really makes you like dance to it. So tell us your story behind this.
you have, you know, it's quarantine, right? And part of me is like, man, it's been a while since I went out. And I always go back to the days when I used to work so much for 12 hours, right?
Yeah.
And just, uh, I remember that feeling of being out and just, until you turn
Yeah,
into a
party.
monster, you know, like you want to go out, you want to, like, you smell all these beautiful ladies and just like what you want to get to, you want to meet them, and then you go out with the boys, you take a couple shots, you like you turn into the best dancer, you turn into the best
Cheers.
dancer.
Yeah,
You
cheers.
your body gets warm, your footwork gets better, you don't know how you look like, but you know you're it. You're that man on a dance. And I used to be that guy. Give me a couple shots, I'm dancing the whole night. I burn more calories on a dance floor than in the gym. Like
Yeah, me
I'll
too.
come out. I'll come out the club sober. And I just remember putting myself in that headspace where I was in a
It's
I'm
like
in
certain
a
limbo.
club. I'm in a club. The lights are on, and then just like your vision is kind of blurry, and then you see a sexy girl right in front of you, and you're like, I can't stand looking at you being alone, alone. You know?
And the
Yeah.
girl would be
Yeah.
bumping and like grooving with you. Like, man, like that's kind of
And it goes
music
like,
it's missing.
you're staring at me like, you know. Man, I'll keep
I
forgetting
can
that part of the
imagine,
lyrics.
man. I can imagine
Eh,
it, man. I can imagine me doing that inside a bar before if before when I also had that experience when I was in the bar. I had a couple shots, like favorite like Bee Gees music, or even like Earth Wind Fire music was playing, or like the 80s
Bro, that's where
retro
my inspiration came from.
Earth Wind Fire. Like,
Yeah.
man, we're gonna talk about that a lot. Like hopefully we're gonna have like more
About.
podcast show. But I know we're getting late, and I know I promised
No,
you.
it's
So
all right. We can keep going. We can keep going.
no, it's
We can
okay.
keep.
My
It,
is it okay with you, dude? Or can you
no,
give me
it's
like
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
5 minutes, just 5 more minutes?
No, we can keep going. It's fun. That's why, and I can like put on what I'll let somebody know.
Sure.
You know.
Just
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
know,
for
man.
sure.
Just let me know. So okay, so we got a go signal from my, from our King Kenny Slay. So I'm always interested. How did you come up with the titles, like the titles of your song? Like do you have like a certain theme that you follow? For example, um,
Uh,
this month it's, or this album is all will be circling in this theme of let's say ice cream or summer or being hot. Do you have a certain theme that you
I
follow?
like this guy. Pay attention. Um, Not really. When funk shit up, I'm like, I don't want to put shit in there, but it's supposed to be F it up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you're in the dance floor, you're dancing, obviously, and you feel it. You're the man. When you're dancing and your friends they're shy, they're just
Yeah.
recording you like, yeah, F it up.
Yeah, you do it. You
Like,
can do
yeah,
it,
do it.
Kenny.
Yeah, yeah.
Go, sexy boy. And then yeah, that's not our
Yeah.
friend. That's
And
not
then
our friend.
instead of instead of normal music playing, you're doing it to funk, like a b-boy.
Yeah, b-boy. Exactly.
Like a
That's
b-boy. I used to try to be a b-boy before, and so I
me
just
too.
remember that feeling. Like when you're a b-boy, you funk it up. You
Yeah,
funk
you
it
like
up.
you're hyping up and you're funking up, and then when you do the spin, when you do the footworks, like You're
Yeah.
in that zone. You're in the
That's why
zone.
that's why the lyrics you f things up, right? And so that's why the lyrics like, cause you know how we stand alive, we go and funk shit up. That's why. Because that's how you're staying alive. Like if I'm not dancing, I'm dying inside.
Yeah. Like
That's why.
you're being choked up in, especially in bars. Sometimes you really want to dance, but you have like certain like stigma, or people will be looking at it. You have like this self-esteem, like, no, I don't want to embarrass myself. But once you're in the zone, or that you have that certain funk in you, or you're like dance machine you want to unleash, and then
Yeah. Once you
that
start dancing, more people
it's
dance. Everybody grab their friends. Like this guy don't care. I shouldn't care. They grab their friends. Now the whole club is dancing. And I was when I lived in Idaho. I used to do that all the time with my friends. Shout out to my boy Nick,
hey,
because we,
what's
we we
up?
used to go out and we just own the dance floor. Not because we danced good. We just didn't care.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
that's supposed to be the reason
yeah.
why bars or dance floors were made, because they should be danced on. It's not like, let's face it, like, shout out to all the current generation who just go to bars and just, I don't know. But yeah, whenever I go to bars, I prefer those who has dance floors, DJs who really, or the music there should be something really
Groovy,
groovy. And
groovy.
it doesn't matter what genre, but I really like those funk, those
Oldies.
groovy, the
When you play
oldies.
disco, you see the when you go from hip hop to disco, you see the club disco. If the crowd is smart, they're like, oh yeah, this is the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hip hop, like from hip
Yeah.
hop down to the retro, and then all of a sudden, and they will just spin a. Do you remember? And then, whoo, all generations will be just dancing.
Do you
Do you
remember?
remember? And then people would like do this, like, and then you're gonna lead it, and then whoo, and then everybody was like, whoo, tired, and then you were there in the
Bro,
middle, it's like, whoo.
if I don't like clubs or bars anymore, but if it ever goes back to that point, I'm going
Man.
back. I'm going back.
I'm gonna I'm gonna cosplay. I'm not gonna cosplay. I'm gonna wear OOTD from the 80s, man. Like bootleg, like the
Yeah, they
shades,
need
like
to bring
everything.
that back.
Man,
So that's the kind of vibe that I was going for, like the hook, right? Because you know how to stay, because you know how we
start,
stay alive. We funk shit up. Because and
now I
then
know.
you talk to the person next to you, like, because you know how to save the night. Like the night is boring.
Yeah, like dry.
Everybody like the night is boring because you know how we staying alive because you know how to save the night. We're saving the night by just dancing,
Yeah,
and
exactly,
that's
exactly.
why I made that song. And if it speaks to your heart, you know what I'm talking about. Because I'm dying inside because I don't want to work. It's Friday night. I know I got Friday and Saturday because Sunday it's recovery day.
Yeah,
Friday I'm going out to give it all I got. I'm gonna show all the moves that I learned from the Big Bang music videos or J Park, and then
yeah, J Park,
Saturday
man.
night, Saturday night I'm doing the same thing, and I'm just not think. I'm dancing so hard, just vibing so hard, forgetting about Monday.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I miss those like hangovers. I always get
What?
drunk.
Yeah.
I always get drunk in bars whenever I feel the music. That's how important music to me, especially in bars, because nowadays when I visit bars, people are like facing their phones, and then I don't get it. And then when there's a good DJ and then they're playing good music, like for example, I go there, it's like, because it's boring. It's like people are like facing their phones, like doing Instagram, like whatever. And then I was like walking there, hey, um, what's your next song? And then he was like, EDM. Do you have Earth, Wind, Fire? Yeah. Do you want to? Can you play that later? It's a request from my friends. Sure. And then when they started playing that, and then people was like grooving to it, that's the kind of vibe that I really miss.
And
And
that's the
it's
kind of songs I'm gonna make.
and no, those are the music that you're making, and you're gonna keep on making because you
bro.
already made them, man.
That's that's why also that next line after the hook, I'm like, we're not done dancing yet, you know. If you
Yeah,
got that funky feeling, let it all out with the funky feeling, you know.
it
Funky,
continues
yeah.
because it doesn't end with one song, because after one song the funk is still there. That's why it has this reverberating melody. Like even when I'm inside the CR sometimes, so because I like behind me is like the CR, I can still hear the sound. Like sometimes whenever you're lying in the bed, like you can still hear it. That's the magic of your funk music. And not a lot of people nowadays are doing this kind of music. And you're doing it. They may not be prepared for it now, but when that day will come, and it will definitely come, man, I'm
I
telling you.
The thing I look up to, I mean, I do is, it's not about now. It's not about the release date. It's when that one song of mine gets really popular, and they want to go back to all my songs.
Yeah,
When they go back to, they're like, yo, this was released 5 years ago. What the hell? I love this song. How come I didn't find this 5 years ago?
correct.
That's what I'm going for. I'm not going for a release and like, like for example, like Funk Shit Up. I it's not much traction, but at the same time, because like I know that my music is up there with the best, musicians and artists, but I don't have the proper team yet, and I don't, we're starting, we're just starting,
Yeah,
but it's hard for me because we're starting, but we already kind of have eyes on us,
correct.
and people compare us to somebody like BTS or somebody with like somebody that has a following. But come on, like I just
Let's
want
be
people to
realistic.
strip down, like, okay, let's just give me a chance. I know I play around, I know I joke around, I and I like to have fun, but just listen to my music. Like, just listen to it. Like, forget about what you know about. That's why I made a new Instagram too, because forget about what you know about
Ah,
me. Like, people also wanna, they're like, oh, he's a jokester. He's probably joking in that music. Like, no, no, no. Just give me a try. Just
just listen
listen to
to
me.
this. Just
Yeah.
listen to this. Exactly.
I put my 150 all my efforts in this, and that's why when people go back, I want people to feel that we're like, yo, summer nights, the hell, like, what is this?
Why didn't listen to this? Like it's 2025, or like it's
Yeah,
2030. Like
yeah.
you see that that's what I'm trying to
But also, like, with old music that we like, we know Earth, Wind and Fire,
yeah. This,
but there's also other bands that's just like that's making like hot music.
and exactly,
But
that's what also ask like a lot of people, especially like my even my artist friends here, even here in the local, th- like um they love doing the music, and then at some point people would understand, it's like, hey, why didn't I listen to this song before? Because let's say because you didn't listen to it. Now that you gave a chance to the music, that's the time, like for example me, I didn't even like listening to a lot of music before, or even I grew up with boy bands. I grew up with pop, like Britney Spears, like Spice Girls, or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then hip hop came like early 2000s, and then Eminem came, and like shatters, like punk rock, and like a lot of like influences. But I always go back to the songs that somehow retained in my core memory, which are like Chicago. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. Like let's say Peter Cetera, when Glory of Love. Like I really like that
Yeah,
Japanese girl
no.
from Karate Kid. Like I always like dream of her because of that song. Whenever I hear that song, I remember that it has this certain feeling. And then you keep on releasing the music, but we always go back. When I listened to Funk Shit Up, I went back and listened to Ice Cream, and then Better Together, and then Summer Nights, like Summer Nights EDM, Summer Nights instrumental. And I say, it's like, why is this music not, you know, not being known
Yet, yet,
yet, yet, yeah,
yeah,
yet. But here's the catch: as you mentioned, we're getting there, and that's the
yeah.
beauty. And
It's the
that's one
beginning.
thing. That's one thing that I really admire about you is that you never stop. And then
Yeah,
uh
appreciate it.
my question here is how did you feel when people take you as a joke? Because before even I thought it's gonna be like a funny, just another parody song. But
Yeah,
when
yeah.
when you release other songs, no, this is not parody.
This is not a parody.
This is
This
like
is
real shit. I mean, like
yeah.
real music, like being
If I
poured
gave
like
it to,
effort.
if I gave it to somebody with a name, that's their, that'll be their billboard. This their breaking in the billboard.
I'm telling you, man. Like
If I,
that's why I'm telling you. If I'm not gonna be hit by, if I'm not gonna be hit by copyright, I'm gonna use like your background music, especially starting April, because I'm gonna have like daily podcast, and
hey, be careful though. Be careful.
yeah, that's something that I keep on hitting. But since it's something that I as my passion of sharing stories, like
No,
talking,
I'm
and
talking
then
about the copyright. Be careful, because it might,
yeah,
since uploading it on like Spotify and everywhere, you might get
yeah,
hit with a copyright. Not from me though,
from your company or from the
from the distributor.
distributor, yeah, the
Yeah, yeah,
distributor. And I have to appeal for 30 days, and then after 30 days,
yeah.
okay, I can
So
re-upload my video now.
so probably just use it for this video for now. For now.
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
And something that I'm really interested to know also from you, Kenny, is that why chickens?
Because
It's
I
something.
love, everybody loves chicken. I love fried chicken. And when I used to make my video in the morning, right? Like at 4 a.m., that's when
Like
the
rooster
chickens,
chicken.
yeah, the chickens, I'm like, what's up, guys? That's KingKenny Slay. Or before Kenny Boy Slay, I do my intro. Nobody would comment about the video. Everybody's like, the chickens in the background.
Oh, yeah, the
And
chicken.
and you know how YouTube, everybody called their like, what's up, my notification squad? If you're early to watch my video, you're like my chicken, because my chicken's always up when I first start filming the video. And also, my name is Kenny, and
Ken, like the
and
wordplay.
chicken, yeah. And since people started calling me like Pops, Papa, or Poppy for fun, like you're like my kid, so you're children. So chicken, you're like my chicken. Like you're children of Kenny, so chicken.
Very,
That's
very
very
witty.
deep. Very,
Very
yeah.
witty. You should write them down. You should write them down. But it's recorded here, so you learned it here, my friends. So now, another thing that I'm always wanted to ask, like people, it's like, if you're gonna have a message to your 10 years from now or 25 years from now, what is going to be your message to yourself?
I always think about this. This is how I stay focused. I always tell myself, make sure your old self, your future self, is thankful for your sacrifice. Now, make sure your old self can thank you. If I have somebody in the future right now, I want them to say, thank you for cutting out the BS. Thank you for staying positive. Thank you for not quitting. Thank you for improving, because now you changed so many people's life. And I always, that's the goal, make people more happy, and just feel good. You don't have to be happy, just feel good, you know at least feel better for the time when you listen to my music. I want them, I want him to say thank you for sacrificing and working so hard, even if you couldn't see the light. um just and now share it with the world. Yeah, I want that guy to say thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's a Billboard winner for
Hey, one day,
2035.
one day, one day.
One day, man. So that's something that I'm really interested to learn. So your message is just like a time capsule. Like someday you're gonna rewatch it, and then I said that, and then you made it happen and you're making it happen.
Yeah.
And
No,
now,
it's easy. It's easy when I can say, like, for example, I have no followers on YouTube, right? Let's say I
yeah,
have like 500, like 70 or 80 subscribers. I was like, one day I'm gonna make a living off YouTube, at least for the time, right? Or one day I'm gonna be a YouTuber, and then it's like one day I'm gonna get 10K, 10K happen. One day I'm gonna get 50K, or I'm gonna do these videos and travel the world. And then you get to that point, you're like, I literally can do anything.
and
I
you
can do,
did it, man.
yeah. So like doing that, I'm like, okay, I did it. Let's make let's make it harder.
Like
The
one
hardest
step
thing,
ahead. I
the
mean,
hardest,
one level higher.
yeah. So occupation. Being an artist, musician is the hardest thing in the world. That's why you have so many talented artists, prodigies that quit. I have so many friends that play instrument, that sing better, that know so much more about music than me. The difference is I
You had the
when
heart
people
to do it.
say you have a skill or you're talented, you're gifted, you're talented enough or skilled to persevere to get that skill, or work so hard. Like hard work is a gift.
Correct. It's something that you're really pouring your
Yeah, not everybody get it. Not everybody get it.
commitment and everything.
So some people they have it, their gift with singing ability, meaning they're gifted with the ability to practice every day and get that good. So some people have that really early in their life because their parents are pushing them.
Correct.
But when they finally enter the industry, and it's all
It's
about grit, it's all about grit and knowing when to push when the world's saying no. That's an ability, and that's one ability that nobody can take away from me. That's yeah, that's the only talent I have. Not knowing when,
when to quit
not knowing how to quit. I
because you're
just
doing it, man. Like
yeah,
to be honest with you, like you watching like before you were like you started here and then you're doing
little
these
bit.
music.
Yeah, it's also little by little. It's not like I'm not just talking about music for everybody that comes across this video. I'm talking about you could apply it with anything in life. The one, for example, like when I was working at the hospital, I would come on, like I'm just talking good about myself now, but like I would win awards, right?
Yeah,
I would
like
win awards at
recognitions.
at the hospital. That it might not mean anything, but it just shows like whenever I get into something, I pour my heart out, and eventually it it might take longer because I picked a harder occupation.
Yeah,
It's the most saturated hardest occupation ever. Artist, musician, because everybody's trying to be that.
especially now, like every
Yeah.
like you see everywhere, like even in YouTube, like one artist, and then
Somebody comes out of nowhere. Somebody comes out of nowhere. And that's why I don't hate on anybody, because everybody
every
can win. Everybody
correct.
can win. From their if they have a computer at home, they can win. And you too, it applies to you. Just
A1. I'm gonna
because
sing. I'm gonna sing A1 songs
yeah.
or do
No, I'm
things like,
saying as a podcaster,
man.
you know.
Thank you so much,
You,
and this means a lot. And yeah, I really like that. When you mentioned that it could be applied anywhere in any occupation. I was even thinking, what were you doing in a hospital, and then from that, i- from a hospital to being an artist, a musician, composer, and music engineer or sound engineer or everything, man. Like you're doing it and you made it
yeah.
happen. And this is like not your typical music, like because before, to be honest with you, I thought it's gonna be like a parody song, like the ones that you released with Dre and Sal, before. But these songs that you release, or your dedication is really evident, because the quality of songs that you release is these are the songs that you're going to play anywhere. If you're going on a road trip, you're gonna party with your friends. If you're gonna listen it at your home, you're gonna clean your room. If your mom's shouting at you, you're gonna put full volume of the funk shit up, and then just gonna say fuck shit up, and you're gonna do it. These are the music that it's really something, or it's not something, it's work of art. That's why this month, I had this thought of, why is your art or your craft so important to you as an
Uh,
artist?
why it's important to me? That's um, I think art or it's God's gift. That's why whenever people say they're depressed, don't get me wrong. There's things that we can't control. Like some people are really just depressed because of unfortunate situations, right?
Yeah.
But when somebody that's working a regular job, there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you get depressed because we get stuck in the government. We become
Yeah.
like factory. We
Correct. I mean, like machines.
we become like machines, and I don't think that's normal.
Correct.
God gave us a brain, and there's a reason why we enjoy music so much and entertainment so much because God gave us art, and we gotta use it.
Appreciate it and use it.
Yeah, through art, you inspire people to do things they want to do, and for them to inspire new people down, the next generation. Without music from the past, who am
It's-
I?
yeah. Who am I?
Yeah, I'm I'm nobody. Like I wouldn't be
Exactly.
as crafty as I am if I didn't hear those music from the past.
And the
So
influences and inspiration from them.
yeah, so art is a gift from whoever you believe in, from the universe, and you have to use it to inspire and connect. And
Correct.
that's
I
how
like that.
you also art as how you vibe with someone's energy because
Exactly. It
lies,
connects people.
yeah, art don't lie. If it comes from the heart or your true expression, that's your real fans right there, or your true friends. So it sounds weird, but right now I kind of have to forget about my old friends,
Yeah.
not because I want to, but because while I'm making this art, or while I'm finding myself through art, I'm a different person. I'm a different
Exactly.
I'm a different person. And if they say, "Oh, we don't like your art," or they can't identify me through my art,
Yeah.
we're not we
We're
don't
not.
connect anymore. We're not the same. Like, yeah, we're like, thank you for your time. Or you used to be homies. I appreciate it. We're still cool if we hang out, but it's not like before where like we have the same energy. We're into the same
And
thing. But
connection.
yeah, we don't. If you can't connect with me through my art, I can't. We can't hang out anymore.
And that answers my next question, is that, was there a time in your, the whole process of, making the music, is that, was there what was the saddest part in this whole thing that you experienced, and what was it?
The saddest part of making music, I try to stay away from sad part, but it's not really sad. It's just reality. What I come to
Y-
realize is people you start like, come on, it happens in movies, anime. People
yeah.
you start with are not the same people that's going to be in the finish line.
Not the person
So
that's gonna journey with you.
yeah, I used to be like, wow, I have these songs, but how come all my friends are just like they don't like it, they ignore it, or they're just
Shrug it
I
off.
mean, don't get me wrong, they're busy and stuff, right? They're living their own life. But when you see them supporting other artists that's way bigger, that's kind of making the same music, praising them, but looking over you.
Man, oh man, that
So it's just like, oh, okay, that's how it works. Okay. It made me realize like I'm in this alone. So whoever joins and comes to help me is my ally. But other than that, like this journey, I'm on this journey alone. Like they're still friends. There's nothing wrong with that. But
it's not the same homies
I'm in my
anymore.
own journey now. You know, I'm going on this anime adventure, and there's a reason why Ash had to leave.
Yeah, Pallet Town.
Yeah, there's if he didn't leave Peloton,
You will not
who knows?
know the legendary, or you will not, you know,
Yeah,
you will age.
you're not taking your neighbor with you.
Yeah,
And also, when you get to the different version of Pokemon, you're not bringing the same people.
or
So
same Pikachu.
yeah, the same Pikachu. So like for example, whatever anime you're in right now, the main character, some of his friends die, or he just gotta leave. You want to progress, you
Exactly.
want to get to the next story, next chapter, you gotta sacrifice something. And whoever is there to, it's a greedy thing, it's a selfish thing to do, but you have to because as an artist, entrepreneur, whoever's in your circle affects you a lot, right?
Correct.
So if they're not
I
giving
agree
you,
with you.
if you have somebody in your circle that's not giving you energy, not giving you, or kind of takes away your creativity, even if it's not a bad thing, they're no good. They're no good. You need all the energy you can get, all the time you can spend. For example, like you talking to you gives me energy. You have good energy, so I can, you know, I can put out what I'm doing because like I'm getting energy, and it's gonna propel me to work harder for my next work. And my next work gives me energy, and then the next person I talk to gives me energy. The people like my family and all my loved ones, they give me energy. So I'm never stop working. I'm like I never stop creating. I never stop having ideas. I never stop believing because of that. And if you have somebody and somebody that you think, oh, well, we known each other for 15 years, so we're friends. But
Nope.
literally, that's the kind of people that don't think you can do it because they think you guys are the same. They know you from before. They think you're the guy from high school or middle school that's like goofy as hell, and they think they can do better than you. And they compare you to top artists. So they're like, oh, he's not like that artist, so he sucks.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Why would I even start supporting this guy? You know what I mean? So that's the kind of people that just always think little of you. People that knew you from back then
Exactly.
think little of you because they think they know you, and they want to come back to your life when they see you have a following, when they see you doing good. They want to be
Yeah,
connected. But to me, I'm
connected.
like, I learned that after doing YouTube, stopping for a bit. I can see the future of my music, but nobody does, right? Only I can. And I don't blame anybody for that. But seeing how you get treated when I'm not doing videos, when I'm not relevant, when people think I fell off, like, okay, keep the same energy because that means I just have to cut you now. That means I just have to cut you now. Like, there's no sense in me keeping you
Correct.
until later when
Y-
people want to come back and people want to be like, I've known him. I'm
I know
associated
that
with that
guy.
guy.
I know this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the sad
So
reality. Even here, man.
that's the sad reality of music. And I thought about it. Oh, that's why musicians have less friends, you
Yeah,
know,
left
because
circle.
you really gotta cut out the fat from your life, so that way you get all the energy.
It's like your energy ball is coming from your,
Yeah,
the real
it's
people, like families, your
family
supporters, or even like
supporters. Like for example, like why would I make time for somebody that's, that don't care about my music?
Yeah, it's
It
like
sounds bad, but it sounds horrible. But when I could make time for somebody that support me, you know, so like support me and all my fans that return my energy. That way, we're just in a cycle.
giving,
We're going back and forth. We're
giving
going
and
back and
sharing.
forth, and we're just growing together. We're going up together. Um, versus going up to somebody like, oh, please support me. That's why I do it. That's why I do it organically. If
Now
you're
I
not,
understand.
because if you force somebody, they're not always going to be there,
Exactly. And
and
that's
it's like a waste of time, waste of energy when you could have spent that on somebody that loves you organically.
and you become more productive, and that's something that I also learned from, from doing this, like from the first episode to the second episode. Now I'm my 11th episode, every Sunday, and I never even imagined that I would come this far. But
Yeah,
as you
you're just
mentioned, like
starting too.
like
You know what I
people
mean?
like people around me were, I had like my first account before it was like disabled. Thank you, Facebook. Anyways, before it was disabled, I got like I think I had like 11,000 followers in my
Yeah,
private account, my personal account. I have like 5,000 friends. I have like different groups. I have different pages, and then whenever I do something, or for example, I stream,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
only see one person viewing it. And do you know who's that person? My
Well,
other phone.
doesn't matter. It
And
doesn't
at
matter
first,
who. You
at
know
first I
why?
was, why?
Yeah, at first you can get sad. It doesn't matter who's viewing you, how many people are viewing you, because you know you're doing what you love, you're doing what you wanted to do. It makes you happy, and eventually that's an inspiring story by itself, because maybe you're watching yourself for, let's just say, 500, like 100 or 500 episodes. You're watching yourself.
Yeah,
You get to your 501 episode, you become so popular, and people are gonna look at like, wow, never people never really watched him before. Now look at him, he has like thousands, millions of followers, and he's the biggest podcaster ever. And, and that's when your friends come in like, yeah, we're friends.
I know that person.
I know that person. Exactly. And it's like now they're gonna watch you even if they don't care about the topic, because they see they see
Like the
you
popular person.
they see you being successful. But really, you making this podcast, you're already successful.
Yeah, man. Like
You already
I have King
successful.
Kenny. I have King Kenny here.
Yeah. Like you making the podcast, uploading it up there, and sticking with your schedule, you're already successful. You just build from that. You just build on top of that. You just keep doing you and don't ever get discouraged. Of course, if you find something more fun in the future, then do that. But for now, if you have one audience, it doesn't matter because you're true to yourself. And when you get to that episode where more people view you, everybody starts listening to you, then okay. Then that's when people are gonna look up to you then. Like, oh, look at this guy. He didn't get bigger until this episode.
501. And I'm gonna
Yeah,
make
yeah,
that.
yeah. No, that's at 501, right?
I'm
For
gonna make that.
example, Joe Rogan, the podcast.
Who?
He's the guy that the reason why podcast is so popular now,
What's the name?
because
I'm
Joe
I'm gonna.
Rogan, JRE, Joe
Oh,
Rogan Experience. He's the reason why podcast and everybody and their mom is
oh,
podcasting because of him. He did podcast. He been podcasting for 10 years,
oh
and
yeah.
people didn't really start watching him until like 5 years ago. But he was just doing it for fun. So you
Right.
gotta. It has to be your passion. You gotta do it for the right thing. And if you're not doing it for the right thing, then you're gonna you're gonna get exposed and you won't make it.
And that's something that I'm gonna
So
really take into
you know
the
what I
heart.
mean? Like, do you like expressing yourself and genuinely doing a podcast to connect with people?
Yes,
then
sir.
you're already successful. If you're doing it for clout, then don't get me wrong, like you want followers, right? You want to interview people that, interesting people, but at the same time, you got to do it to connect. And
And
if you enjoy
to
that,
know
you're
the
already
story.
successful. You're doing that, and you just have to do it more because also you just started, and maybe let's say you always build, like you're doing podcasts now, like okay, how's the quality, and then you improve, and then you improve, and you improve. You just that's how it goes with everything.
And
Hold
that's
on.
coming from Dre. I from Dre from Joe Rogan because I was watching. I typed in J Rogan, but yeah,
It says
um,
straight.
it says Dre here. But speaking of that's coming from Kenny, and it's something very meaningful to me. And so this brings us to our last question because I know it's getting late, and I promise you to stick to the schedule. But I'm
But
so
it's fine. It's
honored.
fine. It's fine.
I'm s-
It's,
so this is my last question. What is your special message to your fans and to anyone, to your supporters now and to the future?
my message to everybody, um, in, is to do what you like. You hear it all the time, every day, but you really have to do what you love. Forget what everybody think. Just focus and enjoy. Take things slowly. One day, I'm gonna have everything that I want, but also one day, I'm not gonna have everything that I have.
Oh,
So
that's
I
deep.
have my I have my family, I have my dogs, and life is good. I already made it. I'm already successful, and we're just whatever people think of success, like having a lot of money, having a lot of followers, being trending. To me, real success is just truly, like, really, what do you love? Just doing what you love, you become successful.
Exactly.
You're already successful doing what you love. If I'm releasing songs on my own without needing anybody, that's already successful. I already put it out to the world, and they just have to listen because yeah, you you stay the same, um, by just doing what you love. Everything is gonna come to you.
Like the law of attraction. It's like
I'm
and
not really like I don't want to involve the law of attraction to that.
but more of like the genuine like dedication of what you really love doing.
Yeah, if everything is gonna fall in place if you just enjoy, have fun, take off the pressure. I had 300 something followers on Spotify right now. I don't need to get to 500. I'm gonna make music if I get. I'm gonna release 10 songs if I get to 500 or not
Yeah,
because I
you love doing it.
I love doing it. And if the followers come, good,
It's just
good.
it
I'm
will just
prepared for
follow.
it. I've been prepared for it. If awards come, good, because I'm prepared for it, and that means I got more songs to release.
And
You know,
that's what we are looking forward to.
like I'm not just gonna be like, oh, let me win that award.
And then
Again, I'm
do crappy stuff.
successful. What are you gonna do after that? You forgot already because you hit your goal. But if your end goal was just to make music or release content, everything is bonus. Everything else is just bonus. You got one more follower watching you, dedicated watcher, listener, then
That's
that's
a
bonus.
bonus.
Yeah, you have your family, you have your loved ones, um, you have a good, healthy life. Damn, this you can't take
It's
life
a
for
good
granted
life.
because if man, I know musicians. This one hit me when Bruno Mars said, I would trade anything to have my mom right now.
Yeah, because
Listening to that, like, damn, I have my mom, I have my dad. We're good. And I need to appreciate everything slowly and just have fun because, like I said, one day I'm going to have everything that I want, but I
one
won't
step
have everything that
with you,
I have.
with you.
Yeah. Then
Wow, man,
hopefully I have everything.
that's so.
but
That's something like made me ponder deep. Like seriously, like
like you're
that's
gonna
something
have
that
all the money in the world. You're gonna have all the followers, all the songs, all the connections you want. But who knows? Like, will I have the same dog that I love? You know what I mean? Or the same car, the simple car that you appreciate, or the same neighborhood that you love living in. Like simple things like that. You gotta also like celebrate the little things. Just
like that.
celebrate,
Celebrate,
like
celebrating the little things, like
thank you for
adding
inviting
value.
me. Thank you for inviting me to this podcast. That's a celebration.
Man, you don't know. I'm. This is like a core
No, for me
memory.
too. Like, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. It's so special. So you have heard it from Kenny. I know you got a lot of questions. Those questions are actually from my girlfriend, my friends, and also this is not going to be the first time, hopefully, and there will be a lot of stories that we're going to share with, and topics to discuss with, because you're really fun. I've met um the real Kenny, the Kenny that I'm not you seen for a lot of times, and hearing it directly from you, it's something. This is the beauty of live talk, and this is the beauty of like genuinely sharing thoughts without without thinking of the followers or those views or whatnot, but more of learning that the songs that you make, the stories behind them, and then the energy that you pour in each of them is something that would make me think, or even those that will watch this, like, so this is the story behind this song, or how he produced those songs, or how you make those songs, and then without forgetting the simple things or the little things that is part of that journey of the whole process. And I really like that. So now that we have ended the live talk for this special episode, the journey will still continue. As I call those that who's watching this like the journalists, because we're not journalists like journal. We're journalists because we're listing things that we
What
do.
is
And
Bulldog?
actually, that's my real nickname.
Real nickname?
Yeah, and Ash. The story behind Ash is I named myself after 1999 Pokemon. I saw him like in this TV. Oh my god, I want to be just like that dude. What's his name? Ash Ketchup. So before I had my Game Boy, so I keep on cable link and defeating my friends who has Game Boy. So I won Pokemon Blue. So that's why I named myself after Ash. And Ash is just a made up nickname that I live up to now. And people will ask why Bulldog. Bulldog is my real nickname because I was chubby, and when I cry I look like a bulldog, and my dad named me after a bulldog. Then that's the story behind. And my real name is Joselito, which is a tiny Jose, and it's from my dad. But my nickname Ash is just a made up name. Yeah, and that's yeah, that's the story behind Ash. That's why AB is I want to be like not your normal guy, because I have split personality, or I have ADHD. I was diagnosed before. That's why people call me AB normal. But I lived up with that, and I make that as a challenge. And through conversations, through stories that I hear and I share with people, and learning how you cope with them is not your ordinary things that you read on the book. You hear it from people, and these experiences are the good teachers and lessons that we will bring with us every day. And I myself is so blessed to really have you in this podcast, and even extending it over an hour, and it's something that I would really be grateful and thankful, and I could not repay it with words, but I would definitely do anything
Oh,
or
thank you, man.
everything.
No, thank you for all the time. like helping me promote and stuff. That means a lot to me. And
And yeah,
the only thing I could do is give back time.
and
Yeah.
you shared your time with me, and that's something. So that leaves us with a very wonderful life story from King Kenny Slay. So do you have like activities that you would like to promote or
Um,
pages?
um,
What do we expect?
Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm probably gonna go on hiatus after, just to really focus.
Focus on the music that, and we're so excited. Are we
Yeah,
expecting a ballad?
maybe. Um, because also my voice is getting better now. So
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Quality wise,
yeah, appreciate
quality
it.
wise, man. I am telling you, I'm gonna be one of those fans if we were going to have that concert here in the
I don't
country,
want to.
man.
I don't want to be. I'm trying to. I practice all the time because I want to sound better live. You know,
Man, like the Big
like
Bang
a
or
real Filipino artist.
like Filipino artists, like
Yeah,
belting and your head. And hearing from you, you were mentioned like head tone, like octaves, like whoa, like dude, like
I
you're
study.
really
I
you
study. Yeah,
study, you're studying it, and you're really pouring it. And
yeah.
this is
I'm a
something that,
nerd when it comes to this. That's why when you started talking about music, I'm like, all right, let's extend. I could do this. But yeah,
and it's really nice, man. And thank you so much. So this is your boy AB, and of course this is King Kenny Slay. So I'm gonna share all the socials on my page, and of course keep on supporting artists just like King Kenny, because from the story he have shared, even if for an ample time, we have heard how he dedicated and committed himself to really putting music to inspire people, and that's something that it's really going to mark in our minds and in our hearts. So catch us again in our next episodes, and don't forget to keep on supporting artists just like King Kenny, because we're supporting him, and just like Made, like MADE, making all dreams everlasting. So journalists, let's keep on journeying. So goodbye for now, and thank you so much, Kenny.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro.